This is going to be an extremely important lesson as it's going to show one of the main areas where students make mistakes in tests and exams. Let's say you wanted to save 500,000 Rand in 10 years. Would that be a future value or a present value? Well done if you say that that's future, because that's 500,000 Rand in the future. Now, let's say that you missed the first 3 payments. What would happen to that 500,000 Rand? Would you suddenly want to save more, less, or would you still want to have 500,000 Rand? Well, obviously you would still want to have 500,000 Rand. So when you used the future value formula, I'm not going to fill everything in the place of F, you would always put 500,000 no matter what, even if you missed a few payments, or if you missed payments, if maybe you paid immediately, your future value is always going to stay at 500,000 Rand. However, when we are doing present value, this doesn't happen. Let's say you take out a loan for 50,000 Rand. Now, when are you supposed to start paying? Well, let's say it's compounded monthly, then you should start paying after 1 month. Let's say you pay after 3 months. So how many payments have you missed? Well, you've missed 2. And let's say it was a 5-year loan, so 5 times 12 is 60. So you should have made 60 payments. However, you missed the first 2, and so you would make 58 payments. You would then use the present value formula, but here's where things get interesting. Many students will go say 50,000 in the place of P. However, P is your present value. Now, if you miss 2 payments, what happens to the value of your loan? Well, your loan value starts going up. So you are only allowed to use 50,000 in the place of P if you started paying at the correct time. If you've missed 2 payments, well, then your loan amount is not 50,000 anymore. And so you have to modify that P by using the compound interest formula, which is this one. And so you would have to use the compound interest formula. You would have to let your 50,000 Rand grow. For example, let's say it was a 10% compounded monthly. You would have to let it grow for 2 months. And then, so that amount over there, that's what you would use in the place of P. So that's the fundamental difference between P and F. If you're using the future value formula and you miss a few payments, the future value doesn't change. For example, if you're trying to save 50,000 Rand, if you miss 1 or 2 payments, you're still trying to save 50,000 Rand. However, if you have a 50,000 Rand loan and you miss 3 payments, then you would use the present value formula, but then you can't use 50,000 in the place of P because your loan amount is no longer 50,000, it's grown. For every month that you missed, it was growing. So you can only use the 50,000 if you start paying at the correct time, which is after the first month. And that is what we're going to look at. We're going to look at calculations in the next video that cover these type of questions.